talking about how tough you is, talking about you got pride in you, talking about you are killers. Real killers don't quit. Real killers don't quit.
His little legs, his little core, his little head. I'm gonna knock him out inside 4 rounds, mark my words.
Oh my, you are looking live at T-Mobile Arena right now, the site for the fight of the century. Okay, so much hype, so much media exposure. Will Mayweather and McGregor live up to the expectations? The champ, of course, is a huge favorite. Welcome, everybody. Millions of dollars bet on the line, tens of millions of dollars on this fight. Welcome to a special edition of 8 Sports Now. We have a full slate for you, all sorts of live shots all over the valley. We have the Raiders, the Knights, Ice Cube is going to join our show, and of course, the fight itself. So we've got team coverage all over town for you. Let's go first to Kevin Martin, who is live at the Media Village where, yeah, Kevin, would you say it's starting to get a little bit exciting over there?
Definitely starting to get exciting, Ron. And you talked about the numbers, the number of media in the area, the number of people that have descended upon Las Vegas. And if we're going to talk numbers, we have to talk to this guy, Steve Brenner. I mean, he knows it all. He oversees all of the credentialed media, not only here in the media tent where we are now, but also in T-Mobile. So this guy is pretty important. So, Steve, you know, this is not your first rodeo. You've seen your fair share of fights. You've been in charge of, you know, the media at fair share of fights. How, as far as numbers, does this fight differentiate?
Well, I got to correct you one thing. I oversee the media operation. Magna Media handles the credentials, and we have a large team that works on this event. It's probably the biggest number of PR people I think I've ever witnessed in working an event, because we have Swanson Communications, who handles Mayweather, we have the UFC, and we have the MGM Mirage Resorts PR team, so and BZA's team. So it's rather a large team that works on this event. But talking about numbers, yes, this event brings out the numbers. 2 iconic fighters, UFC and a boxer getting together in the ring for the first time. So that brings a lot of interest, not only here into Las Vegas, but across the country. There's something like Showtime Pay-Per-View is estimating there's like 213 territories around the world that will be receiving this signal to watch this fight. And it's a spectacle, Super Bowl of boxing and UFC.
Exactly, and so we show up here and, you know, everything's pretty much done for us. Can you kind of give us an idea of the days and the weeks in advance of this fight, the preparation?
Well, we've been working on this fight for 2 months. They had a huge tour before that went to London, New York, Los Angeles, promoting the announcement of this fight. So, yeah, preparation is day by day over a 2-month period, and getting it all together. There was a huge convention in town. Normally this tent would be at the MGM, but it's here in the Village because Cisco was in town with a huge convention, and I just noticed another convention has arrived in town this morning because I saw Mandalay Bay with all the signs up. So Las Vegas is buzzing all around.
And that's the way we like it. We love it buzzing, right? So, you know, coming up soon is the Triple G Canelo fight. Quick turnaround. Have you even started to think about that, or is it kind of just taking it day by day at this point?
Oh, no, that we've been working on it. I mean, tickets are sold out, but there's closed circuit available for that fight. And there's plenty of closed circuit available at MGM Mirage Properties for this fight. So, no, it doesn't happen in a month. It's normally 2 to 3 month process in preparing for a big fight like this, and Canelo Triple G will also be a huge fight.
And quickly, you know, do you have any predictions on this one tonight?
You want me to make a prediction? Well, I'm going with Floyd. He hasn't won those 49 fights previously for nothing, so I'm a Floyd man, so I'll give you my Floyd prediction. But before you send it back to Ron, I want to welcome you to Las Vegas. Ron, she went right for the candy bar here in the media tent, right for the candy bar.
This is true, Ron. I'm getting called out on live television. I love me some candy.
That's perfect. That's how the training goes. Okay, here. Appreciate it, Brittany. Good to see Steve Brenner there, longtime PR guy for the LA Dodgers as well. And he and I have done a lot of fights together over the years. So thank you, Brittany. Have a good time there in the media center. A lot of work to be done tonight. As we told you at the top of the show, the area around T-Mobile Arena is a complete bottleneck. Brittany Edney is live right in the middle of the stuff that's going on right now on the Strip. Hi there, Brittany.
Hey there, Juan. Well, it is already crowded here on the Strip, even with the fight still a few hours away. And in the past, when we've seen McGregor fight here, the Irish fans decked out in their tricolors have gotten pretty rowdy, even to the point where they have taken over the streets. So security is definitely beefed up for the big day. Metro tells us that they have increased their police presence on the Strip and also downtown along Fremont Street. The extra patrol officers will be paid special events overtime, which is paid for by the venues. The department says they want to stress to residents that this won't impact coverage of residential neighborhoods at all. It's all just extra resources. Metro also tells me that they're expecting a huge turnout, and as for T-Mobile Arena, the venue has been able to successfully handle this size of an event before.
They do a great job. Their security forces and our cops controlling the ingress and egress of traffic in and out of T-Mobile. So that's just one small part of this whole equation. You know, 20,000 people in there, there's only 20,000 tickets, but we're expecting upwards of over 200,000 people in town for the event.
Metro is also staffing extra patrol for more than 100 different events this week, including after parties associated with the fight and the MTV Music Award. Metro also wants to remind everyone this weekend not to drink and drive. Take a cab, do a ride-sharing service, or ask for a designated driver. All of those things just to make sure you keep you and everyone else here safe during the big fight weekend. Reporting live, Brittany Edney, 8 News Now.
All right, thank you, Brittany. The night is young. It will get crazier as it goes on. Okay, when you think of the Raiders' biggest fan, one seems to come to mind here. How about Ice Cube? He's talking about boxing, football, basketball. Oh, and the Raiders coming up next with our John Treach.
It's a beautiful thing. And we'll be here, we'll be cheering. I'll get season tickets, and we'll have fun with the Raiders here in Vegas.
Oh, I guess we will indeed. Okay, Ice Cube is making his way through Las Vegas. The Hollywood star and rap legend has a lot on his mind this weekend. John Treach standing by live. He caught up with the legendary Ice Cube.
Only one celebrity has made anthems for Gangsta Nation, a family movie transformation, and documented Raider relocation. As for the next evolution of Ice Cube, are we there yet? Yes, in Las Vegas for the Big 3 Championship.
Well, this is one of the biggest things I've ever done, you know, if not the biggest. So it's really about keeping it going and making it last, you know, for years to come.
He's built an empire by rebelling and risking. Now he's reviving basketball careers in this 3-on-3 league. The retired NBA star-filled format is all about the oldies but goodies, a perfect residency for Las Vegas.
We started here with our combine and our draft, and we wanted to end on a high note. We wanted to end big, and there's no bigger way to end than in Las Vegas.
The Big 3 title had T-Mobile Arena booked for months, but then came Conor and Floyd and the world. Leave it to the lyrical icon to make a business deal with a message.
I had to tell them check themselves or they wreck themselves. They did. With an actual check, so it was cool.
If you really want to make Ice Cube's heart melt, talk Raiders football and the future plans for NFL Sundays.
You know, if you got to travel, why not come to Vegas? So it's a beautiful thing, and we'll be here, we'll be cheering. I'll get season tickets.
Fox Sports has told the Big 3, don't stop, get it, with a green light for a second season. But for today, there's no better place to celebrate a successful first finale.
It's a great accomplishment. We're going to drink a lot of champagne Saturday and, you know, just enjoy, you know, the achievement.
John Treach, 8 Sports Now.
Okay, pretty interesting there with the Cube. We refer to him as the Cube around here. John Treach did that interview. You're standing by live. So, John, you got to hang out with the Cube and also a scene setter. You're outside T-Mobile Arena for tonight's fight.
Yeah, Ron, it's under 4 hours until the great sports spectacle of 2017. I'm right outside T-Mobile Arena on Toshiba Plaza, where this is an international event with much of Ireland, it appears, in attendance. I've got 3 fine Irishmen with me right here. You know, the country just has 4.5 million people, but I feel like a lot of them are here. We've got Brian, Shane, and Rory. First, Brian, what is the motivation to coming all the way from Ireland right here in Las Vegas?
Look, like Conor is the god of Ireland. Like, anyone in Ireland will tell you that, and we'll follow him to the ends of the earth. Like, as he says, like, when one goes to war, we all go to war, and that's the end of it. Like, you know. So we're loving it. We're soaking it up. We're loving the atmosphere, and it's just class. And like, he's gonna win. Like, because we stopped down Conor a long time ago. Conor is the king, and the king has an army. Look around you. We are here. We're here.
And Keen, you came here without tickets and no expectation of getting into the arena. How does that happen, and why come all this way?
And when they're charging $2 for tickets, you just come out here, you chill out here with all the rest of the Irish, and you just party it up. Like, we're going up to the MGM now in about 5 minutes' time. It's going to be filled. His army's going to be in there singing, chanting, watching him knock Mayweather out. It's going to be good.
Yeah, and everybody's so confident despite him fighting a guy who's never lost. 49 times, Rory. Floyd Mayweather has gotten in the ring, and 49 times he's won. Why is Conor McGregor going to be the different?
It's really because like he never forgets where he's from. Like, regardless of all the fame he's gone through. Like 4 years ago, like, he was collecting welfare, like €188 a week. It was about $200 a week, to going to like absolutely insane fortune and fame. Like, it's insane. He never, like, every post-fight interview, every other interview, he never forgets to refer back to where he's from at all. And not just because of that, like, just because of the entertainment as well. Like, his impenetrable mindset and everything is just like, it's just like, you can't down him at all. Like, the entertainment he brings is just brilliant. Like, it just makes a connection to all Irish people.
Well, thank you very much. Yeah, definitely influential and definitely entertaining, and you can feel that in the buzz around Toshiba Plaza. Reporting live, John Treach, 8 Sports Now.
All right, thank you, John. And can you believe it, here in just a few more weeks, the Golden Knights will be playing hockey here in town. They'll hit the ice. Coming up next, Chris Matthews takes us on a special trip with the Knights owner as they try to expand the fan base all over the country. All right, welcome back, everybody. Everything is falling into place for the Vegas Golden Knights right now. They breezed through the expansion and the entry-level drafts with flying colors. Next up comes the rookie camp next month, training camp, and then the season will be here before you know it. The man behind the plan might be the most excited person in the organization. Owner Bill Foley invited Chris Matthews to spend a few days on his private ranch in Montana.
When flying over his 45-square-mile piece of paradise, you get a sense of what Bill Foley is like. He's owned this land for over a decade, but recently started to develop it. Homes are sprouting up all along the Montana mountainside, big homes. Then there were the lakes. This one is called Lake Foley. It's small compared to the big lake on the south end of his property. He owns it all, even the white-tailed deer and herd of elk, which numbers close to 1,200. You can hunt, fish, and golf on a world-class golf course. It's all there, it's all Foley's. While Foley fishes, he's thinking about one thing, hockey. When he putts, he's thinking about one thing, hockey. His life right now is hockey and building a winner in Vegas.
It's my primary focus right now, so my next goal is to really get our culture developed for our team, and so people understand what it is to be a Golden Knight. And our players are going to know it's a privilege to be a Golden Knight, to play for our team, and to be part of our situation in Las Vegas.
Foley's military background will be on display with signs and slogans in and outside the locker rooms.
Every regiment in the United States Army has a slogan or a battle cry. I have every one of them. I have Patton quotes, innumerable, MacArthur quotes, Eisenhower quotes, Hannibal, Julius Caesar. I've got them all, and I've already got my quote. When you leave the locker room at T-Mobile, there's going to be a sign right above where the guys walk out. There is no substitute for victory.
That's the Foley way. He's earned and bought that right. It's his team, a team he feels will be more successful than most NHL teams in just a few years.
A lot of people think I've made silly statements in saying we're going to be in the playoffs in 3 and the Stanley Cup in 6. I'm not backing off. I believe we can do it.
One thing you won't see are any political statements from his players. He won't stand for a Golden Knight not standing and showing respect to the flag and anthem.
He has no place on our team, period. Point blank, period. I'd sit him. And if he had a contract, I'd push him down to the minors. He wouldn't be on our team, period. We're going to be a team of character. We're going to be a community-oriented team, but our players are going to have character.
That's the Foley way. He's earned and bought that right. It's his team, a team he feels will be more successful than most NHL teams in just a few years.
And I believe we have the team in place to give us the building block to get to the playoffs in 3. And I believe we'll make a pretty good run in year 5. And I think we'll get pretty close in year 6 if we don't win it. We'll get real close.
All right, thanks, Chris. We've got a lot going on here in town. Just 42 days away from the opening game for the Golden Knights at Dallas. Now, the Strip is packed. Thousands of people making their way to the fight of the century, or at least the last little while. Okay, we're going to head back to T-Mobile Arena to check in with John and Kevin one last time. Welcome back to our special edition of 8 Sports Now. In Dublin, it's nearly 1 o'clock in the morning. The start of the fight still at least 3, possibly closer to 4 hours away. We've got live team coverage, T-Mobile Arena, and Kevin Martin is live at the Village. Let's start with John Treach over at T-Mobile, where it's starting to get exciting over there, John.
You know, Las Vegas has had a great year for sports, unprecedented actually. Our first pro team, take the ice in 42 days. The Raiders made an announcement to come here. We'll have NFL football in a few years, but none of those can match the excitement internationally to what this fight brings. Yes, they're coming from all corners of the earth. We've got 2 guys. We've got Jeff and Jordan from Dublin and from Australia. And guys, this is what an experience. First of all, let's just talk about the commitment that you made to get over here from thousands of miles away.
I didn't really make any commitment. I just booked a flight about 2 days before, so that was it.
Okay, but I mean, to come here, how much have you been looking forward to this?
Oh man, it's once in a lifetime thing, like, so, yeah.
Awesome, and you came from Australia. That's quite a unique experience, getting to come all across the world for something that you can remember for generations.
Oh yeah, I'm standing here now. I've got goosebumps. I'm nervous of everything. I feel like I'm going into fight, and as you can hear,